Hello everyone, hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Saturday. So I am here with baby Gabriel and oh my, I'm gonna try to film this video. I'm not sure if Lucas is gonna let me. The real Lucas. I don't know if he's gonna let me. He's, just exploring the room here, the guest room, playroom I call it. So I gotta keep an eye on him and I don't know. Anyways, so I'm here to change this little guy out of his Christmas outfit, even though look how cute is this. Oh my gosh. And I just took a couple more pictures, which I'm gonna post on my Instagram. I know I already posted a couple pictures and you guys saw this on my Christmas video, but look how cute with the reindeer. Hoodie, it's so adorable, guys. But it is time to get him into, just something out of, any Christmas stuff. It's time to put that away now till next year. But I do want to change him into something more comfy, and I picked this outfit here that I almost forgot I had, and my real baby has it and I love it. It's super soft and just comfy, and it says handsome little fella. This is the top, like long sleeve, and the pants here with the two little birds on the knees. I think it's super cute. And I have some socks, these baby socks that I got at Target with light blue and white. They look almost white to me right here on the viewfinder, but and I'm also gonna take off his cloth diaper, guys, because I think one reason why I haven't been able to put this baby on newborn stuff, or the newborn stuff looks weird, it's because he's wearing this cloth diaper that it makes him way like chunkier. So I'm gonna put this one here that his artist sent me with him in on a diaper, and yeah, so I'm gonna do that as well. And I also want to talk about a topic that I saw. Okay, I'm gonna have to put her channel name on the description box. I think the name of the channel is Raendom Reborns, but I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it. Okay, it's not Random Reborns, but I think it's like R-A-E-N. I don't know, guys. So I'm sorry about that. So I'm gonna just put her channel name and probably link the video, her video, on the description box, because I thought it was an interesting topic. I've seen, I think someone else, I think Tasha from Pixie Mommy's Reborns, making this video as well. I haven't checked her video yet. I just saw the title, but I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna check her out very soon. Okay, so, and it was about a question, and it said something like, are reborn collectors rich? Oh my goodness, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to film this video now. For now, I'm just gonna turn off the camera. I'm gonna pause the camera for a second, and I'm gonna put this diaper on him, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna give this a try. So see, so I put this just regular, disposable diaper on, and I think the clothes are gonna fit much better on him now. And I'm gonna take his socks. So yeah, so the topic was, are reborn collectors rich? And I thought it was interesting because it made me go back, in time when I started collecting. Back in 2013. I can't believe it's been that long, guys. It was November of 2013 when I got my first reborn. And hold on a second, I'm going to put the baby powder spray. Yeah, I thought, wow, time flies when you're having fun, I guess. And of course, I did take a long break. You guys know when I got pregnant, and I sold my older collection. I sold it completely, all my babies, and I did take a break till August 2017 when I came back. When we were kind of waiting on my son's diagnosis, and I started getting anxious and this and that, and I decided to collect again. I always knew I was gonna come back to it. I always had that idea, but I didn't think it was gonna be so quick, so quick. But anyways, that's life happens. But anyways, yeah, and I started remembering when I started collecting. And my first reborn was a Meg Sculpt by Marissa May. And And I paid, oh my goodness, and I paid I think like $250 for it. And to me, when I just started collecting, that was a lot of money for a reborn. Nowadays, for that money, you don't get a whole lot, right? But for me, it was like a lot of money. To me, $250 was a lot of money. And then, the more I got into the hobby, you know how it is, and I'm sure that happens to almost all of us. The more we get into the hobby and when we start seeing all the adorable kids out there, these amazing artists, and stuff, and then you realize that this hobby, it is expensive. It is an expensive hobby. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, I did used to think, like, when I used to see these collectors with high-end, reborns, I'm like, oh my gosh, they must have a lot of money. And of course, this is a luxury. I mean, of course, like, it's not something you need, but it's a hobby, that makes us feel good, that brings us joy, and we all have our reasons why we collect. And so yes, I did used to think, like, oh my gosh, that collector must have a lot of money. But then also another thing, and I think I mentioned this to the lady that made the video, is, it also depends how important something it is to you. Like, so the more important it is, the more money you're gonna spend on it. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, I don't know, I say I love the hobby, I love the dolls and all that. So if a baby, the average price for a reborn nowadays is what? I'm gonna say, if you want a nice one, like what? $700, $600, between $600 and $800. I think that would be the average, and of course you have more than that and less than that as well. But for someone else, that would be a lot of money for a doll, even if it's reborn. But I don't know, guys. Like, you guys know what I mean. You've been in hobby for a long time, and you know how much work these babies take to create. All the work that is involved and all that, and it is what it is. The prices are what they are, and you spend that money. Sometimes you have to sell a doll to get another one. Sometimes you don't. It depends how much room you have, how much money you have available, what expenses you have, and yeah. So nowadays, of course, I'm sure there are collectors that are wealthy. They do have money. They do have a lot of money to spend on these dolls. But I think the biggest part, like most of us, we're not rich. But like I said, we like the hobby a lot. And also, guys, before I got into the hobby, I used to spend a lot of money. And this was before I had Lucas too. I used to spend a lot of money on purses. My weakness, I know for most women, shoes are their weakness. They love shoes. I love shoes, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like shoes. But my thing was always purses. So I would spend maybe $300 on a purse, on a Coach purse. Okay? And I would like to go to Sephora and buy high-end makeup for myself and all that. And when I got into the hobby, guys, this was again before Lucas was born. When I got into the hobby, all the money that I was spending on myself, I started spending it on dolls. And, clothes and accessories and all kind of things for dolls. So, and now I have a real baby. Now I have a toddler. So now I gotta be also more cautious. And I think I've changed. Like, I mean, I know my collection is big now, but I am more cautious. And if there's a baby I don't have a bond with, most likely I'm gonna end up selling it. Because I'm aware that, of course my son comes first. Like, my son has everything he needs, I remember a while ago, when I came back to the community and I started collecting, somebody told me, and I'm not going to give names, that somebody was kind of saying, like, oh my gosh, like, she has a real baby and she's buying these dolls. Like, somebody was concerned that I was neglecting my son or something because of getting into the hobby again. And that's not true at all, guys. Like, I wouldn't hesitate to sell if I needed the money to buy anything for Lucas. I we'll just sell one of the babies. I mean, I would probably say, okay, which ones are the ones that I don't have the strongest bond with, that I'm kind of lost interest, and I would sell them. But yeah, so like I said, so I don't think I am rich. I don't consider myself rich. I wish I was rich, believe me. But like I said, so all that money that I used to spend on myself in like high-end purses and makeup, now I have to split it between my son and the hobby. And so there's not a lot of money left for like clothes for myself or anything for myself really right now. But I like this hobby so much, and it helps me so much. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. It brings me joy, and it helps me with anxiety. And even though now I'm doing a lot better when it comes to my son's diagnosis, it's gonna be a year now on January 2nd that we got the diagnosis. And when I look back and I think about that day, January 2nd, 2018, when we got the diagnosis, guys, I was destroyed. I mean, I was destroyed, even though I kind of prepared myself for months and months and months, researching, and the more information that I would look for, the more things that, I would say, oh my gosh, he does have this, he does do that, like, so I kind of got myself ready for it. And when I got with the diagnosis, it was like, oh my gosh, like I knew it, I knew he had it. And when I look back, I was so sad and this, just it's very hard, guys, when if you happen to have a special needs child, you know what I'm talking about, because you grieve just like when you lose a baby. When you get a diagnosis like that, you do grieve, but in a different way. You just grieve about maybe expectations that you have with that baby, things you imagine for their future, oh, he's going to be a doctor, or he's going to be a lawyer, or whatever, he wants to be. And then when you get a diagnosis like that, or he's going to play sports, he's going to play football, and when you get a diagnosis like that, everything changes. Or you start thinking about things that you didn't think before, like, since we find that out, I started thinking, what's going to happen when my husband and I are gone? And that's not something that I would think about, because I would say, well, he's going to grow, he's going to have his family, he's going to have a job, but things might not be that way, But anyways, I don't want to get out of track here. I feel I'm going all over the place. And as you can hear, Lucas is pretty fussy right now. He's looking at his portrait baby Gabriel here, dreaming happy dreams. But yeah, so I don't think, for the most part, most of us are not rich. But we just, decide to spend the money on this. And like I said, a lot of people, I had to sell those in the past to buy another ones. One time I had to sell like 4 dolls, 4 cheaper reborns that I had, to buy just one high-end one, a more high-end one. So that happens. And again, it depends on how much something means to you, I don't know. A lot of people, they love fitness and they spend maybe a lot of money on fitness clothes. I don't know. But for them, and that's a priority. And that's perfectly fine. Other people might probably not spend that much money on fitness, attire, and they just buy something cheaper. I don't know. So it depends how important something is to you. You're gonna, spend more money on that. Just put more money aside for that hobby or that activity or whatever that is, So, yeah, so I thought it was a very interesting topic, and like I said, I like it because it made me remember, it made me look back in the day, when I started collecting, and that's how I used to think about most collectors, but then you realize that it's not that we're rich, I don't think, even though, like I said, it is an expensive hobby, and it is addictive too, which is dangerous, and I take blame for that. Because I sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm spending so much money on clothes, and like, I don't buy clothes for me. I buy whatever money I have, I get stuff for Lucas or the reborns, So, yeah. Anyways, guys. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Look how adorable he looks. I will show you him closer, but I have Lucas in my arms right now. But I'm gonna be posting some pictures on Instagram so you guys can see him better. But look how cute he looks. Oh my gosh, I love this baby. He's so sweet. And see, now he fits perfect on newborn size. This is newborn size by Cutters. And now he fits amazing. So this cloth diaper by Mama Koala, which are adorable, and I do love them for my real son, for my real baby. I don't think these go well on these kids. They make them too chunky, like the hips too wide, you know, and just chunky. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much, guys. Love you. Thanks for sticking around. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on my next video very soon. Mwah! Love you guys. Bye!